Hey there, Virgos. Welcome to the remainder of February 2019. Here's your reading. It looks good. Looks real good. I'm going to start. I would just like to congratulate you. You have definitely made a place of status for yourself, and you've done it basically all by yourself, really building yourself. It's very good. It's very, very good. We have the Nine of Pentacles here next to the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is very independent energy. You have built yourself up into the King of Pentacles alone, single-handedly. It's brought you a lot of joy within this. You've been able to prove to yourself that you can bring yourself up to a certain level of very high status that is very respectable. It's what you've wanted. It's what you've wanted to build on. It's brought you a lot of joy and happiness. It gives you rejuvenation, in fact, to strive and to move forward and to even reach heights that you didn't really expect you could do. This is, like I said, the Nine of Pentacles, a very independent energy, something that you've built on your own, the environment that you've built on your own. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse, having the appreciation to actually see that you have done this on your own, reaching a level of status, being the boss. This is the King of Pentacles, a very good businessman type of energy. And yes, the happiness that comes with that. This is a very accomplished kind of energy here. And I like it a lot. It's very good. You've had to work very hard for it. This is a pretty straightforward reading, I have to say. But, and I really don't want to pull a whole bunch of other cards, mostly because this is really, really good, especially for Virgos. Virgos, pay attention to money and pay attention to details. The Strength card just flew out. I'll acknowledge it. Again, it's just kind of reiterating, even with the Sun, the inner strength. I think if you had come up against some obstacles, especially with the Five of Pentacles here in reverse, you had to dig deep in order to get to this status of being the King of Pentacles. Really the ownership of your success, taking on the ownership of your success, really being stoked about it too, because there may have been times where you really had to push through. You really had to do a lot of evaluation of the direction you were going in, and it took a lot of courage and strength in order to do this. I'm going to stick the Strength card back in the deck though. Let's see if the Strength card comes out again. But let me pull some additional cards. And again, I kind of want to leave this like this. I want to leave the cards just like this, because it can turn a little sour sometimes, when you pull some additional stuff. But we'll just add an additional layer to this, build on this kind of positivity. This is really, really good. I'm stoked for you. Lots of happiness and joy, taking pride in the work that you've done, the steps forward that you've made. I'm sorry for the background noise. It's like storming where I'm at right now. And it's extremely cold. Where I live, it's not cold very often, so when it is cold, like, I don't even know how to act. So if my voice is a little shaky, it's because I'm cold. Okay. In the position of your challenge is the Hangman. You know, once you reach a level of accomplishment and completion, I think for a lot of Virgos, you kind of wonder, okay, what am I going to do now? What do I do next? I've kind of accomplished and everything that I've wanted to do. I've outdone myself. So your challenge really is with the Hangman. Now, if you have a level of accomplishment, what can you do with that? You can pay it forward, help others that may have helped you in the past. The Hangman, of course, is a very somewhat of a sacrifice in order to gain perspective. Are there people that you have not thanked, that you have overlooked possibly on your quest to become the king? So that's somewhat of a challenge. Also, you know, evaluating what do you do now that you've hit a peak. So determining that. What you're contributing is the Ace of Swords in reverse. So you are hitting, you know, because you've plateaued. You've reached this high peak level, and you know, you've come up against a lot of obstacles in order to reach this level. So now there's this kind of like, you know, with the Hangman as well as the Ace of Swords in reverse, a little bit of confusion with what do I do now? What am I going to work on now? What should I be pursuing now? So you kind of have to work through these two energies here. I mean, you can it's okay to take a time out, by the way, Virgo, to really soak in this level of completion and a level of accomplishment, actually, that you've reached. It's okay to, you know, take a time out in order to either regroup and figure out what you want to do next. Because the advice here is the Seven of Cups. So it's recommended, really, to take a look at the emotional options. Instead of now doing what is right in order to build a business or build your reservoir of money and resources, now it's, instead of doing what's right, what feels right? What feels right to you to do next? And you want to you want to have emotional fulfillment. You've got the level of comfort here as far as money and accomplishment goes. And yeah, it brings you lots of joy. But now, what can bring you emotional fulfillment? And the emotional options there with that, because that can be then your next move once you kind of work through, you know, what's going to bring you emotional fulfillment and the emotional options that you want to pursue, which, you know, once you work through, you know, what makes you feel good, then you can work through the confusion here of what to do next. Your possible outcome is the Nine of Swords in reverse. You know, this can be overdone, an overdone kind of level of anxiety and stress. I think Virgos put that kind of level of stress on yourselves anyway. So this is kind of not new to you. I'm just going to pull one more card, though, on that one, because it can either be stress and anxiety that is just unbearable, or it's the release of that. So I just want to pull one more clarifying card for that. Okay, there's a level of excitement. I think what you're going to do is you are going to work through something. There's a, oh, sorry, it's the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I think you are going to work through the confusion of what to do next based on what can bring you emotional joy and happiness. And once you determine that, you're going to be excited, like thinking about it a lot. I think you're going to be released from any kind of stress and anxiety in order to pursue this. And you're going to be a lot more open to doing it. It's like another, it's another challenge that you want to seek victory for. And you're going to move in that direction. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. I can continue to do more videos for everyone just to help and to heal. Hope you have a wonderful remainder of February. And aloha.